So I heard this word used online by a guy, which is rare for this word, but he posted a picture of his legs, and he's a big man, and his legs are really big, but he said in the picture, I'm so tired of this condition and my legs being so big. And I looked at the picture and I was like, oh, it just looks like lymphedema to me. I've heard that word. I think most of us have heard that word a lot, like lymphedema. And then I read on, and it said a different word that I've actually never heard, never learned about in nursing school or anything. It said lip edema, Lipedema. And I know lip means fat from medical terminology. I was like, fat edema? Like what? Edema is like swelling in medical terminology. So I'm like, okay, I've never actually heard that phrase, that medical term, or that's a condition of any kind. And so I got online that day, and I just looked up like a quick article and just bypassed it, didn't put much thought into it, because the picture that I saw was like this really kind of over exaggerated one, and to me it just looked like another case of lymphedema, and I was like, okay, it's going to be some kind of form that's closely related to lymphedema. I don't know why today I walk every morning, and I did like a workout type, I don't know, I do like, there's these benches on the bog walk that I walk on, and I do like these squat things on them. It's not squats, but I stand on the bench with one foot, and then I kind of drop down and lift with one leg. I don't know what you would call them, some kind of leg press or something. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna record this would make like a good reel later. And so I like get down and I'm walking, and you know, after you finish the video, it's pulled up on your screen, and I'm like, why are my legs so fucking ugly? I've lost 120 fucking pounds. Like, God, please give me a break. I don't understand. Like, it feels like torture to lose so much goddamn weight. And still be so unhappy with parts of my body. So anyway, I start researching again. I'm like, what was that word that guy was talking about last week or whatever? Lipedema. I kept putting in lymphedema. Like, I couldn't think of the, I'm like, fat something. Okay, so I eventually go through it in my head, and I start looking at it. Well, instead of just going to Google, I went to YouTube. And my entire adult life, I've had this issue with my legs. It got worse after I had my son, and I never knew. I was just like, bitch, you're just fat. You're just fat, okay? Like, deal with it. And I found videos of women, doctors that were diagnosing women, and like they have the women standing in front of them, and they're like, this is a telltale sign, and this and this and this, and I have all of it. And diet and exercise don't do like really anything for it. You are supposed to apparently eat an anti-inflammatory diet to as a treatment. So when I say anti-inflammatory diet, that's not like a weight loss diet, y'all know me that word, but a diet like it would be an actual treatment, like a supportive diet to try and stop the furthering, because it doesn't just go away, and it gets worse over time. Apparently, the older you are, the worse it can get. It gets worse with weight gain, and so I've had this heaviness in my legs for so long, like since I had Bronson or Quinn, so 6 years. And I also have varicose veins, so the doctors just kind of, even going to vascular care, like nobody's noticed. Nobody's known what it is. They just say, oh, it's because you have poor venous circulation, venous insufficiency, that will cause heaviness in your legs. So it makes sense, right? that they would contribute it to that, like this intense heaviness that I get in my legs if I'm up too long, if I stand for too many hours on like at a time. So I'm watching these videos, and there's women that look just like me, and one of the things is like having a small waist and an disproportionate body. Like your top half doesn't match your bottom, and that's me, man. Even my arms, like the that I always laugh about, y'all, it's lipedema. And the only treatment, like to really get rid of it, is they have to like do liposuction, because it's not a normal fat. It's not like, oh, you're just fat. It's not. It is a, like, we have fibrous, like a different kind of fat, and it is genetic. And it makes sense because a lot of females in my family have it. Both sides. I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna get this treatment. I'm gonna get the lipedema liposuction, and it lasts for up to 15 years. Basically, y'all, underneath these fibrous layers of fat is this skinny, small person. And that's the girl that lost 120 pounds. Like, there's a whole body underneath. That is my body. And it's just covered in this condition. It's painful because I've had weirdly shaped legs since I went through puberty, 10. I remember, like, I always say my legs are like tree stumps. It's an actual condition. It's not just how I'm shaped. It's not just how I'm meant to be. It's not just, it's a condition. And I'm gonna get it fixed, and I'm gonna get these varicose veins taken out. Somehow, some way, I don't know. I'm gonna manifest it. I'm gonna figure it out, and I'm making this because in a year or so, 34-year-old me is gonna look back. Hopefully, you know, I will. No, I will. After having the procedure, and I'm gonna wear skirts and shorts. And I want to document this for any women that feel like you're in a fat suit. Sometimes half your body is in a suit that's just not yours, and you work out and fucking do squats and nothing works. It could cause other medical issues, you know, symptoms and stuff too, like low energy, being tired a lot, and a bunch of other stuff, just from what I've learned in the past like hour. If you have any questions, you can message me and I'll send you the videos. I don't know a lot about it yet, y'all, but I've been on this quest to kind of figure out what this heaviness in my legs is, because like I wear the stockings that they give me for my vein problems, and it doesn't help. There's like no visible reduction in swelling. And now I know why, and it's like all makes sense. I didn't think it would ever get fixed, or that there was anything I could do besides keep losing weight until I whittled away to nothing, basically. And now I know that that wouldn't have fixed it either. The only reason I have ever wanted to lose more weight is because of my legs. So anyway, this is literally day one of figuring out I have it. I don't need a doctor to tell me I have it, but I will get one, because I'm gonna figure out a way to go see this specialist. And I know that my quality of life will be so much better after. So this changes a lot, but the signs and symptoms of it. Like you have really like thick ankles. Some people call it cankles. It's not even like, you know, like when you have a baby and you get cankles, right? Because you're pregnant and whatever. Like that is like this swelling from water. This is different. It actually, they call it a cuff, like an ankle cuff. The way that the fat settles, it looks like a cuff above your ankle. And then your knees are very fatty and almost like you can't see the knees because they're just like surrounded by this thick fibrous fat and a lot of cellulite. Like a lot of cellulite is another thing from the lipedema. Some people get like a wrist cuff. See, I don't have that I can tell, that I can see. But like this on the back of, see right there, like on the back of my elbow, and then like in the back of my arm. So I would say I have one of the most developed forms. There are like stages and types, and so I think I'm a stage 3. Or maybe it's type 3. Again, I haven't looked that much into it, but just from the couple videos I've been watching. I'll try and remember to post a link to the video that I was watching in the comments below. But this is like a whole new can of worms, if you will. I'm just like really grateful to myself because I don't give up. If I want to figure something out, y'all, like, I will figure it out. And it's funny how it came to me in a way that I wasn't even looking for it last week. And then just this sequence of events today, that happening with the video. And if I hadn't seen that picture last week, I wouldn't know what it was called. And I wouldn't have been able to look it up again today. It's imperative that we advocate for ourselves and our health. It's imperative that we don't give up and just accept something. I wasn't willing to accept this. I never would have accepted it. It would have pained me until I died. Like, what is it? Why me?